Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I'm Jeff Howard, and I've got Alyson Croft with me. Hey, Alyson.
Hi, Jeff.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Excellent. All right, everybody, listen to the podcast before this one, because that is a nice long interview with Alyson all about you and your work. I know you for 2 films. In 2025, your short film, Jesus Loves Me. I don't know if I even mentioned this, and I think it's correct. Our website says we did the world premiere of Jesus Loves Me in June of 2025. And then in December of 2025, at Sherman Oaks Film Festival, it tells me we had the world premiere of Tweens.
Yes.
I'm pretty lucky because you didn't even know me, so it's not like you sat around going,
No.
I want these festivals that happen to have what's his name from Sherman Oaks.
I didn't even know you were involved with Sherman Oaks until I went, and I think it's like somehow I figured out at some point that
I probably told you, or like, because you probably were just, well, on Film Freeway, there's the top 100 best reviewed list.
Yeah.
You probably went that for looking for reputable festivals.
Yes.
And there's a handful in LA. So, yeah, that's what brought you on. And I was just, this was all my way of saying, you didn't sit there going, I want to, we were just lucky to get those world premieres. It was just timing. If another top 100 festival had been the month before in San Francisco or Idaho, maybe it would have screened there first and we would have had your LA premiere if we're lucky. I just know that I'll be really excited if and when it happens that filmmakers say to me, oh, I want my world premiere with
You should.
Sherman Oaks.
I mean, honestly, your festivals are top notch. It's like professional. It's like inviting. All of your people know the films. It's like feels like a unicorn festival, if you will. Like just really no nonsense, but just love. And it's so, and it was so exciting for me to have both of those at your festivals. It was just it was like, this is where I want to birth my baby. That's how it felt.
Thank you. I'm so glad it worked out. And, I mean, that's why on our coffee cups and our T-shirts, it says the festival that gives a shit.
Yeah, that's right. It felt that way.
Because honestly, sometimes I joke that, like, we are an experiment. Like, there's certainly better ways to run a film festival as a capitalist if you want to make the most money. But we're gambling. We've been doing, this will be year 11 for both festivals. And the idea is if you put quality first and you show the filmmakers you care about their experience, and you do dumb things like do a 15-minute Q&A for each film in a 4-film block instead of show 9 to 12 films at once and then stand everyone up together and let them all talk for 30 seconds each.
Yeah.
Like, that's better capitalism. I get it.
Yeah.
But at that point, why are you bothering? So anyway, the idea is maybe we can succeed doing things the way we think is the right way.
And I hope you continue to do so.
I hope so. Well, thankfully we are continuing. I mean, year 11. Yeah, now I don't need, the problem is like when I need to retire, like I got to find a young idealist. I've always got my eyes open. Which Stafford's gonna let me stop working so hard.
Yeah.
But either way. So
yes.
That's your introduction.
Okay.
And people should listen to the podcast before this one to hear your personal creative story and how you ended up a screenwriter and playwright and actor and many other things. But this podcast is what I call a 4 questions podcast, which means you will be answering the Discover Indie Film 4 questions, which are name 3 films you love. Not the best 3 of all time. It could be if you have that in your head or whatever, but just 3 films that you love. A film you feel is overrated, a film you feel is underrated. Oh, underrated normally comes first, before over. And then something lesser known to seek out. But you want to just name 3 films you love?
I knew I should have read these questions more thoroughly.
You should have. But if I was to say, like...
Because they're so hard. It's hard to do in an encapsulated way. So it's just better to do it off of the cuff. So 3 movies that I love. So these would be films that come on for me, that I will watch. There's some films I love. I'm like, I saw it once. I don't need to see it again, but it was brilliant. But movies that I want to watch over and over again. And I know this is a non-judgy audience. Pretty in Pink.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure.
I have watched I know every line in that movie. Uh, I didn't see it when it first came out, like when it first came out to the theaters.
Actually, I missed it too.
So,
I saw Breakfast Club at the drive-in in Woodland Hills.
nice.
Or no, Granada Hills, but yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, so I wasn't old enough when it came out to really get it. I was introduced to it later on. And then in my 20s, when I would go out with my best friend, we'd go to gay bars and dance. And then we'd go back to his house and I'd fall asleep on the couch. But every time we put on a movie, it would be either Pretty in Pink or 16 Candles. And I would just fall asleep or pass out like, oh, it's so funny, Blaine. Blaine's so funny. Like, and then I'd fall asleep at different. So I've watched the movie probably a million times. He still gives me mugs with Pretty in Pink on it every Christmas. We've been best friends forever. But so anyway, that's John Hughes is a collective. Let's see. Another movie that was really good, but that changed me, was a movie my dad took me to see when I was 7. It's called The Elephant Man.
Oh shit.
And he was not the type to get up and leave if a movie was not quite going where he wanted it to go or whatever. So we sat through the whole thing, and I will forever be changed after seeing that. And I said to him, why were they so mean to him when I left? And he said, that's all I wanted to hear from you.
Right. So you took home.
That
you had empathy.
message was, yeah. It was so dark. I don't want to sit and watch it over and over again, but empowering and powerful. And it was a play, right? First.
The trivia I know about it, of course, David Lynch is first, but Mel Brooks produced it because he loved the play or something, and he saw Eraserhead and somehow was the kind of genius who said, the guy who directed Eraserhead, I'm going to hire to direct The Elephant Man. And obviously the studios were not big fans of Eraserhead, but Mel Brooks made that happen. It just amazes me
I didn't
that
know that.
the guy we know for unbelievable spoof comedy,
Mel Brooks, yeah.
made The Elephant Man happen and championed that. We wouldn't know who David Lynch is if it weren't for Mel Brooks.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. I did not know that.
There you go. I've served my purpose.
Yeah, but my dad didn't know. My dad didn't. I think my dad thought it was a movie about an elephant. I really do, and he was not going to admit
He
that.
thought his 7-year-old daughter would love a film about elephants.
That's
and a
right.
guy who cares for them at the zoo.
I guarantee you, it's still a question. He was like, "No, I knew. I was like, "You thought that was about an elephant?" No, I knew. I just wanted you to say what you said, and you did, and my job was done. So I still think there was a little like, no, Dad, you didn't know, because that's kind of dark. A 7-year-old to see The Elephant Man, but it was great. At close range,
Oh, yeah.
an acting film for me that is so good, so powerful, and I'm a big fan of the tight close-up. And so that close-up with Christopher Walken and Sean Penn and the scene at the end. I do that scene in class. It's always a challenge. It's just such a good, well-written scene about father and son. And those tight close-ups.
And that's
brilliant.
Yeah, 2 unbelievable actors in a movie that is literally they're jousting, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like the family unit and like, him trying to reconnect with the father who wasn't there. And like, even though he's a bad guy, like, is he have any love for his son or is he just using them? And then Chris Penn was in it also, who played and Harry Dean Stanton was also in it. Also it's Pretty in Pink. Oh, interesting. I think Harry Dean was in that playing a drunk, I think. But it was just like, I love that movie. Because it's beautiful at the same time. The love story between him and the other one, and then the Madonna, because, it was the Madonna era that lived to tell. That haunting, it's kind of a departure for her in songwriting. And it's the theme, it's the composition of the whole film. And it just ties it all together, leaves you with that haunting feeling. So that was a good one. I have a ton of other favorites. So obscure.
Yeah, you want to name your, that's normally question 4, but you want to name an obscure
sorry.
one? No, you can.
Okay.
There are no rules.
The Big Blue.
The Big Blue is your lesser known.
That is a lesser known.
I don't think I know it.
Jean Reno is in it?
Oh, wait a minute. That's the diving
The
one.
diving one. Yeah. That was a long time ago. Long time ago movie. I wish I could do more current ones, but that one I loved. I just thought it was an interesting story told about a profession that I don't and done in such a beautiful way, and I love the ocean. And
He's pretty amazing.
Jean Reno?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. And the guy, who's the guy? I don't know the guy who played the lead, the diver, but like he becomes the dolphin at the end.
God, I barely remember. I just remember
The dolphin that comes to visit
you know,
him.
I
when
was
he does the
pretentious
diving.
enough to be into like French movies.
Oh,
back
okay.
then. Was it directed by Luc Besson?
It could have been.
I think so. There I go, trying to sound
Might
like
have
I can
been.
pronounce
Luc
French.
Besson. Yeah.
Luc Besson.
I liked 500 Blows too. That was one of my favorites.
That's
Long
blood,
time.
like
That's the little boy.
yeah.
Yeah, who gets sent off to the correctional thing, and then French.
All right, well, do you want to
Overrated.
under or over? Is there a movie that you feel, man, it should have gotten the Oscar and it didn't? Or from your childhood is I don't know. I know underrated is tough unless you're like, you know, the kind of cinephile who's like, you know, tilting at windmills.
Okay.
But you are free to pass.
Oh, overrated. I don't know. Let's see.
Got a guilty pleasure?
A guilty pleasure? What do you mean? Like movie wise?
Yeah. Mine's Summer School, that terrible Mark Harmon movie.
I love Summer School.
I had the VHS and we watched it over and over and over again. I thought it was the funniest fucking thing.
You did.
I love Summer School.
Mark Harmon was great. I love that movie too.
If I saw
Shawnee
Summer
Smith,
School,
right? Or
I'd be
Courtney Thorne Smith.
Courtney Thorne Smith when she was, I think it was like no one knew who she was yet.
She was great. They went to the beach. It was great.
Chainsaw and Dave, yeah, they went to the beach.
They went to the beach and just hung out with Summer School with Mark Harmon.
Kirstie
Like,
Alley was the love
oh, that's
interest.
right, the teacher. Yeah.
The other teacher, yeah, who. Yeah,
love
no, that
that
was a
movie, too.
cheesy, silly movie, I believe, written by the guy that ended up creating the Bob Saget sitcom.
Full House.
Full House, thank you, yeah.
Interesting.
But anyway.
Guilty pleasure. I would say Along Came Polly. That's a guilty pleasure. That's a good one. Philip
Ben
Seymour
Stiller.
Hoffman in that movie it just cracks me up. The child actor who is trying to help Ben Stiller's character. I mean, there's so much fun in that one. It's as a film, like
Yeah, and that one didn't do so right. They thought it was going to.
I don't know how it
That was
did.
Jennifer Aniston too, right? And that's when she was on Friends, and they thought she was going to be box office gold.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if it did well or didn't do well. I just know that like when that movie comes on, I comes across, I'll go, oh, okay, I'll watch that.
I admit I didn't see it.
Oh, it's fun.
I should watch it.
It's not like the greatest,
good
but it's Ben
time.
Stiller in his great neuroticness,
Right,
and then
right.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, who's always great in whatever he does or did.
Insane.
And she wasn't bad in it either. She was just like this kind of regular when she was doing the films that were like just regular girl films.
Yeah. The Good Girl. She did some indies too.
She did
Yeah.
with
Like Quality People.
yeah, and then Friends with Money.
Yes.
I thought she was pretty good in that.
That was really good.
Cake, I think, with Jake Gyllenhaal. I thought that one was pretty. That was a drama, though. When she was trying to do the more indie
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I guess she had the Friends money, so at that point, why not?
Yeah.
I think, Good Girl. I think it was Miguel Arteta, and like he had done, like if she saw a movie by some indie writer director that she thought was amazing, she could say to him, "I'll do your next movie."
Right. And then it gets greenlit.
I'm actually set for life now because the Friends cast won the lottery.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I don't say that based on their talent. They deserved it. I just mean that they were at the right time when network TV paid unbelievable amounts for a sitcom that they knew would have a good life in syndication. So
Yeah.
good.
Good for
I
them.
mean, they all should have done indie films, but she was the one who did. Yeah. All right. Sorry. And
Oh, good.
do you want to do an overrated? You want
I'm
to
trying to think if I feel like some actors are overrated, and that's where I go to, but I'm not going to go there now.
No,
'cause
that would be a little. That's the kind of thing. I didn't give you the preamble before we started recording that like don't say things you'll want me to remove later.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't edit these if we can help it.
Probably. have said
And odds are
multiple
calling
things.
an actor overrated. I mean, I could tell you because I'm not an actor, so I can say the people I'm like, why are they always getting awards? But no, I'm not going to go there.
Okay. So no, I don't really have any that's like overrated that I was like, oh my God. I'm not super like,
Are you like me and every time the Oscar nominees come out? Well, I'll just say that I'm not sure in my lifetime the winner of Best Picture was ever the film I thought was the best of the year.
yeah. Except for maybe Schindler's List. I thought that one was good and that one should have won. It won, right? Yeah.
It did.
Okay. Just to make sure. I thought that was really good.
That was a good film,
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't want to watch it over and over again, but yeah.
No.
It's powerful when it was good. This year, I don't know. I really like Sentimental Value. A friend of mine was like, you have to say that. It's like, okay, father-daughter relationship stuff. That Skarsgård, not a slouch. He's pretty good.
Stellan, Papa Stellan. Yeah.
And Sean Penn in fucking this battle.
One battle after another?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see?
No, I got to, but
He is so just his breathing even as an actor. If he doesn't win, I just don't even want to watch anymore. He's so good, and he just his breadth of work is so good. Remember Milk? That was amazing. Did he win for that? I think he might have.
He might have, but as I recall, like he became Dead Man Walking.
That's what he won for.
Yeah, he definitely won for that, and that's when like perennially anything he does, he'll be nominated. Like from then on, because he just hit that level where.
But so well deserved.
Yeah.
A lesser actor in the role that he played in this film would have just been like, you could see like 10 other guys taking that role. But something, for me, that was the standout. I mean, him and Leo, of course, but I think he's great too. But it would be Sean Penn all the way. But I'm just a huge. And I don't care if he's smoking at the Golden Globes.
As long as I'm not at his table.
Yeah. I mean, if he's sitting with Scorsese and they're like, it's fine. I'm not sitting next to him.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, someone's got to help the tobacco industry. They're in trouble now.
Are they?
I don't think so. I think they making the kid flavors for the vapes help them out. All right. Yeah. I think we're good.
Yeah,
I'm not going to pressure you for.
What's the other one?
Well, it would have been overrated, but I think we're good.
Know.
I think we're good on the list, and you made me think. I don't think I've seen The Elephant Man for 40-ish years.
Well, if you're looking for a kind of downer afternoon, then go for it. Yes.
I also probably haven't seen Pretty in Pink since I was in college. The kid I would have watched that kind of thing with decided after a sleepover around age 12 or 13, she came home and said, I will only watch horror films now. So we watched horror together from then on. So you can't turn to her and go, hey, I want to show you The Breakfast Club. Yeah.
And interestingly enough, the night with the awards at the LA Weekly, John Cryer was up for Best Actor and won that night. That was before 2.5 Men.
Long before.
It wasn't that long before.
Oh, wasn't that long before?
No.
Okay. God, 2.5. I guess 2.5 Men is
brought him back to life.
Yeah, but also But I mean, I think of it as not that long ago, but its run was a long time ago.
Yeah, it ran for like 12 seasons or something.
Something like 12.
Yeah.
And it probably started 20 years ago.
Probably.
Ew.
I know.
Ew.
We're getting old. Ugh.
I thought it was like 5 years ago.
I know. It's still good, though. I mean, you could put it on and still get some giggles in there.
I bet.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. I mean, holds up.
All right.
Okay. Thanks, Jeff.
we can stop, and then I'm going to tell you something really funny about 2.5 Men that
Okay.
I'm not going to say while it's recording.
Okay.
All right, everybody. This was Alyson Croft answering the Discovery Indie Film 4 questions, kind of, sort of. So go to the show notes, click the links, check out her work. Also, you'll see the links for discoveryindiefilm.com. That's for this podcast and things that grow out of it. If you go to @DIFWins, that's the social media for the podcast that I don't read. Karina does. Thank you, Karina. If you go to discoveryindiefilm.org, that's the nonprofit that runs the film festivals that Alyson said such nice things about, and she wouldn't lie. So there you go. Support indie film and nonprofits that support indie film. All right. That's a quicker. Let's get it. I'm going to thank Alyson one more time.
Thanks. You're welcome.
And
Thanks,
thank
Jeff.
everyone for listening.